Hey, my name is Yosh. I am a painter, a digital artist, and a graphic designer, and I am a part of Contagion Media. I would describe my artistic style as being very bold, flowy, having a lot of motion, and using a bunch of different colors to convey a feeling. My artistic journey began in my teenage years. I wanted to create for my entire life, but I didn't really know how to. The best thing that started it all was my grandparents telling me, hey, you should take a couple classes here up in Utah. And I said, okay, never really done this before. And that really just brought it out of me. And the support from all my family, friends kind of pushed me more towards it, seeing that I actually enjoy what I do and I'm good at it, and it's something that I want to do for the rest of my life. The moment that I decided I wanted to be an artist was when I didn't really have something going on in my life. It was kind of mundane, job to job, and I decided to just post a piece of my art online on Instagram and see where it would take me, more so just for my own happiness. And the amount of support that I got from my family, my friends, was what really pushed me and drove me to being like, I can do this. This is something that I have a great time doing and I really enjoy. And so that was kind of the start of it all, was posting every day, creating content that I like to post, and not necessarily to have it be liked and to be shared, but just to see that people enjoy looking at what I create and potentially want to own some of it or just share it with people, and that it brings them happiness is why I started creating. I think the biggest challenge of being a professional artist is the confidence of trying something new or out of your wheelhouse. Knowing that you could do it, but knowing that it also will be scrutinized and judged is something that's difficult to overcome and challenging to feel confident about your final product. The advice I'd have for aspiring artists are the things that were told to me. Be yourself, make sure that you are happy with what you're doing, and always try your best to create when you are feeling down or when you're feeling happy. Whenever you can, try to create and push past and push through so that you will see that you've created something and be happy about it. My typical day when I'm creating starts out usually with being lazy in the morning and just trying to picture it in my head of what I want to create. That can tend to be 2-3 hours, even though I've already decided I want to create that day. Then after I've kind of planned it out in my head, I usually will sketch out a couple ideas. And then by the end of the day, I have 1 or 2 pieces that I've either worked on or finished and I'm ready to share, ready to post, ready to send off. So when I start creating for my digital art, my process is typically like an hour or 2 of scrolling on Instagram, finding models or finding outfits that I think would look cool to draw on. Being that I have 5 or 10 photos that I've selected, I download those, upload them to my iPad. Whatever I feel at the moment is best to draw on, I pick one, try to match the colors, really just feel the aura of the person I'm drawing on, and usually it just comes to me. I'll pick a random color, sometimes not even knowing what I'm gonna draw, and just start moving, finding the motion, finding the flow. Typically at that point, it is about an hour to 2 hours until that piece is done. If I'm not feeling the vibe of the photo, I'll typically take a pause, and usually when I come back the next day, I can feel the energy that I want, that I get from it, and then I can finish the piece. So my step-by-step process for painting starts out with coming up with a concept on paper, drawing it with a pencil. When I go and paint on a canvas, either I am redrawing the painting on top of the canvas or I'm looking at it off to the side so that I can get a good idea of what I'm creating. But there's also times where I'll just throw paint on a canvas and see what comes out of it and find the shapes, find the colors, find the rhythm, and typically create something that I've envisioned before but haven't really put too much thought into it. My process when creating a new clothing piece, I usually am pulling a lot of inspiration from other fashion designers. I am a big fan of Essentials by Kith, or Adidas, or just some of the really creative people that post stuff online on Instagram. I pull a lot of inspiration from them. And so typically when I'm creating clothes, it has to do with a lot of character design and coming up with a theme for each piece so that when someone's wearing it, they feel like they're wearing a painting. And that's kind of my goal for it. The process is similar to my paintings. I start out by creating a pencil drawing on paper and then formulating it, making sure it looks good before I bring it to the clothing, because if it doesn't look good and I paint it on the clothes, then that's it. That piece is what it is. So I take a lot more time and care to make sure that the piece is what I want it to be before I paint on clothes. My goal with my art is to share my art with the world any way I can and be able to live comfortably on it. I want to see my art on billboards. I want to see my art on magazines. I want to see my art in TV shows. I want to see my art up in the sky because I love clouds, and being able to see my art on an airplane would be legit. Anywhere that I can create is where I want to see my art. My favorite part about being an artist is having the freedom to create whatever I want, to have something that I've done and call it a masterpiece, or having something I've done and calling it a professional artist. The idea of whatever I'm doing is what I'm meant to be doing is really fulfilling, and I don't have to worry that my art isn't up to somebody else's standards or that it's not the right way to do things, because an artist is going to create what's inside of them, and it's going to be that no matter what. And that to me is my favorite part about it. I think collaborating with other artists will make your drive better, your ideas come to life better. You may think that you know everything. I know I've been a victim of that, but when creating with other artists, I've been able to see outside of the box and peer into something that I've never thought of before, which in turn made my art different. It made it more vibrant. It made it more interesting so that I can see the world in a different light through someone else's eyes.